Which GTA city has the most crime? The answer may not be the one you think. Let's dive deeper into it in this segment. Now, one of the terms you're going to hear quite a bit in this segment is something called CSI, and that stands for the Crime Severity Index. This does not just count the crime, it weighs their seriousness, meaning one homicide impacts a score far more than one minor theft. The reported crime numbers, they tell you the volume. CSI tells you the severity. So here's a breakdown for the GTA, region by region, where 2024 data is available. So let's begin with Peel region, which includes the cities of Mississauga, Brampton, and Caledon. Overall, crime is well below the provincial and national averages, 3,164 incidents per 100,000 people versus the 4,400 in Ontario and the 5,800 nationally. Now for this region, CSI sits at 51.4, down from the national, which is 80.45, and the provincial 60.88. The violent crime severity dropped by 3.4%, but Peel Police recently dismantled a violent network linked to home invasions and car thefts. Hate-motivated crime stayed steady at 166 cases, but the charges more than doubled. This is a sign of a stronger community and police trust. Illegal gun seizures have dropped sharply over the last decade, from 729 in 2012 to 220 last year. Now let's dive into the York region, which consists of 9 communities, the more popular ones being Markham, Vaughan, and Richmond Hill. CSI is down by 53.9, down by 1.2% from last year. Overall, violent crimes fell by 4% and property crimes by 5%, but certain categories spiked. Carjackings are up by 106% annually, year over year, and gun violence nearly doubled to 46 shootings, and hate crimes rose by 32%. Organized crime incidents climbed by 15%, so York region does feel safer on paper, but there is a jump in violent, high-profile crimes, which is quite notable. Next up, we're going to dive into the Durham region, consisting of Pickering, Ajax, Whitby, Oshawa, and more. CSI holds at 47.1, but violent crimes have climbed by 6.6% to 64.4. Overall, reported crime is up by nearly 15%, with some months seeing spikes with over 25%. Non-violent CSI dropped by 3.5%, but residents are noticing more incidents in local dashboards and reports. Next up, let's dive into the Halton region, which includes Burlington, Oakville, Milton, and Halton Hills. This is one of Canada's safest large regions. CSI is just 31.2, the lowest amongst municipalities with over 100,000 residents. Property crime rate is 1,767 per 100,000 residents, far below the GTA regions. Still, 2024 saw a 6.2% rise in property crime, which could make it Halton's highest tally in 2 decades. But it remains to be a standout region for safety. Now let's dive into the region of Hamilton. CSI is 58.3, down 3% from last year. Overall crime rate is 4,257 per 100,000 residents, slightly ahead of Toronto and ahead of Halton's benchmark. Hate crime saw a sharp 35% rise to 297 incidents. Now let's dive into Toronto. CSI is 59.4, up 1% from last year. While the overall crime rate did drop slightly to 4,177 incidents per 100,000 residents, gun violence is a major concern. 461 shootings in 2024, up 34% year over year, with 85 homicides, 60% involving firearms. Hate crimes rose 19% to 443 incidents year over year, with charges up 83%, religion being the top motive, led by anti-Jewish incidents at 40% of the cases. Here is a quick summary of the data with all the regions outlined. As always, thank you so much for watching, but we want to hear from you. Crime is a very serious and yet sensitive topic, and we're trying our best to bring the most accurate data to your attention. And the goal here is to not only educate you, but to help you understand which city might be the better place for you to raise your family. So let us know in the comments below on what you thought of this data. Do you think some changes should be made, and what are those changes? Let us know in the comments below. You're watching GTA Muslims Today. I'm your host Moiz Rahman, and inshallah I'll see you in the next segment.